Hello, listeners. Welcome to yet another episode of Courage Talks. Today on Courage Talks, I have Nishta, who's the founder of Papa Possum. Interesting brand, as it's obvious from the name. I'll let Nishta complete the introduction.
Hello, everyone. Thanks,
Tell us
Hetal,
something
for
about
having
yourself,
me
Nishta.
on your channel. I'm Nishita, co-founder of Papa Possum, building this brand for over 2.5 years now, building it for our pets, as the name suggests. When we started looking out for products for my pets, there was nothing available in the market. The same old story going to the US market, friends coming from the US, okay, products liana. We thought this is a huge market in India. Like people want good and safe products here. Why not start? That's how we started. It's on my dog Aurum, and he's the inspiration behind the brand. And yeah, from that journey, building one brick by brick.
So, Nishta, since the topic is courage and since you have dogs all around you, do you think dogs are courageous or dogs are scary or dogs are scared people?
Oh,
Scared
dogs are
animals.
damn courageous. We've
Yeah.
had so many stories of the dogs. For dogs, the loyalty comes first. If they're loyal to you, they will not think even twice to give away their life for their owners and the people they're loyal to. So
Right.
dogs have been like have at a lot of instances shown me the example of being courageous a great extent.
No, I still have memories of that movie, Teri Meherbaniya, Jackie Shroff starrer. I don't know if you saw it. But this dog's owner, who's Jackie Shroff, is killed by three goons and he
Okay.
decides to take revenge for his owner and go there and kill
Oh,
the three
okay.
goons.
That's
I
interesting.
yeah, there is
Actually, I
memory
feel
of
the revolution in pet parenting in India came after Vodafone started using Pug.
yeah,
Wherever
yeah,
you go, on network follows. Or
yeah.
before that, in Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, there was this
Oh
stuffy,
yeah.
the Pomeranian. So
Yeah,
when people used to see Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, that was the time, in all of our childhood, there will be one building uncle who has this Pomeranian dog who keeps
yeah,
barking. That's everyone's childhood memory. And then
yeah.
after Vodafone started getting Pug, then you could see pugs all around. Now after COVID, this industry and the adoptions and the pets and companion, everything has just exploded to another level.
So what does courage mean to you? What's your recollection of courage?
Doing something which you never thought you would, but
Okay.
and you sail through it.
Stuff which is beyond imagination.
Beyond imagination, you felt you could never cross that border or you could
Yeah.
never do that. And when the situation arrives, and if it's your loved one or something which is very close to you, or the purpose or the reason is very close to you, you go beyond it. We see people starting to walk because of people who have been bedridden. There's a miracle, and then things happen. I mean, the Papa Possum journey has come into my life just like 2 3 years back, but I had a lot of situations in my past wherein coming from a business family, while the business family seem like a very attractive thing for the world, but a business family, people would always want कि यार job होती तो अच्छा होता, because there are a lot of ups and downs in
Yeah.
a business. Of course, the good sides come out of it, but there are downsides, and I was one of them to experience those downsides when my father had losses in his business. And at an age of 18, I was the main person in the family. Like I was a breadwinner and I was everything. And until 14, 15, I was a teenage girl enjoying life and stuff. And suddenly at 18, 19, this thing comes over me. So from there on, that is the moment when I realized courage is something that keeps you going no
Mhm.
matter what the situation.
Any role models you would like to cite in terms of courage?
Mr. Ratan Tata, in a
Okay.
lot of aspects, while people feel that he is at a stature where he has everything, he's born with a silver spoon and stuff, but the challenges that he might have, experienced in his lifetime, I think a lot of people don't go through those.
So we know you as founder of Papa Possum, but many people would want to know down memory lane about your childhood. So take us back. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? Some interesting incidents from your child life, if you would like to share.
I've been a person born, brought up, married, everything in Mumbai, Thane to be specific.
So Thane is not Mumbai.
Oh, if you can say so.
Let's not get that started.
Yes, let's not get that started. But yeah, we call it for people who don't know.
For
So
this
yeah,
episode of Courage Talks, Thane is Mumbai. Period.
Thane is Mumbai. Yeah, we'll have that map, please.
Thane is
So,
capital of Mumbai.
yeah. So yeah, like I've been a person born, brought up, married, everything here. In between, I was in Kharagpur for 2 years to do my MBA. I mean, childhood life was very much fun. I come from a joint family, Marwadi families, Tau, Chacha, all the kids, cousins staying together, and all my first cousins. We were like 10, 11 people living together, and there was no dull time in the house. So, growing in a very close knit family with close bonds with every family member, there was a family business of my father. It was going fine, but of course, every business sees an ups and downs. And gradually the family started growing big, so we started taking everyone started having their own space because we had a smaller house before. Then eventually it was just me, my mom, dad, and my brother, and my granny left. And that is the time that my father also went through a very difficult time where we lost our house, and it still gives me chills. Where we lost our house, and there was a lot of things which we had to come over. I'm the
Hmm.
elder one amongst both of us, me and my younger brother. I could see no other option but to be able to earn at a very early age. Not that we were completely in a very bad situation, but of course, the everyday income that was coming in from the business had diminished to be very minimum. My mom could help from whatever she could. I remember during my engineering placements, and engineers and the TCS and the Infosys and the IT companies come over, and they were offering like a 3 lakh package. For me, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to earn 3 lakhs in a year, and
Yeah.
25,000. It was a moment where I was just excited for the fact that I'm going to earn 3 lakhs in the month. Now, when I look back, it's absolutely very minimal, but for that moment, it seemed like a lot. So, between like after I completed engineering, this was the first job offer from college placements, and it was going to start after 6 months because they had some time before we joined. So, what
Hmm.
do I do in those 6 months? I can't sit at home because I need to help out my family. So, I took up a small job with a newspaper company where the job was to go to different schools and talk to these kids to have this kids newspaper. I remember, Hidal, I feel that job, while it has given me the best lessons in life, while the reason why I took up that job was the family conditions, but even today, that experience is unmatchable. Because when you're on the field, when you're interacting with people, when you're really, really in close to the customers, that is when you really understand what is the real core of the business. That is when I started developing my passion for sales and marketing and other things. And even today, like I went from there, I went on to pursue my MBA in marketing. And now Papa Possum marketing and branding has been the place. And even today, I choose to go to shops as a customer, trying to talk to the customer, shop people about my brand when it
Yeah.
displays there to understand what do they think. I casually talk to customers. I sometimes go as an MR in stores. कि
Yeah.
सर आप ये प्रोडक्ट लेके देखो इतना मार्जिन मिलेगा नॉट पोजिंग बिकॉज आई वांट टू ऑलवेज कीप दैट फील so that age of 18 to 22 was the time when I worked. I used to save, support the family because I of course knew that I have to go for further education. I went on to give the entrance exams, cleared that, got admission, applied for a scholarship, got full scholarship
Hmm.
in for my
Wow,
MBA course
that's
as well
interesting.
because I couldn't do it otherwise. There was no one to support. Even for a student's loan, you need to have a property to be able to take the loan against, and
Yeah.
I had nothing at all.
Hmm.
So during those 2 years of my MBA, all the money that I had saved during my working years of
Yeah.
2 years after engineering is what I used. And then I used to go for a lot of competitions because I knew, when you win an MBA competition, you get like 20,000 in cash prize,
Yeah.
30,000 in cash prize. So until I got into MBA, I never realized that it was not MBA that I wanted to do. I wanted to be stable in life. I wanted to give a stable life to my family.
Yeah.
And somehow that MBA gave me a picture that, this is how you're going to get a stable life, a decent income. I think that's what has been driving me since then.
Wow, that's quite a lot. And so nicely you narrated it out in terms of how things happened,
I think I
kept
lost you.
happening in your personal life, and yet you didn't allow your life to get stunted one after the other, whether it was your engineering, then the job, and then the MBA. And even while you were doing your MBA, you found activities to not just engage in, but because you were lured by the fact that you could actually make a bit more money there as well and continue the good time that you were able to sustain through all this time. You mentioned about you had to give up your house and your dad went through some tough times. Would you want to share a bit more details about what exactly happened and what did you learn from your dad?
My father had a business, and of course, like every other business owner, everyone's keeps a house as the guarantee to be able to
Yeah.
support the working capital. I feel that was a mistake at that time to work at the cost of the house, because no matter what happens in your life, you need
Yeah.
a house to stay.
About that.
And that was a mistake which happened, and gradually people started moving on in the family, like others started moving on, but finally, because it was my dad who had taken that decision, it came down to me, my mom, and my brother, because like, no, that's the immediate family he has. I have seen my father fight his own case because he felt that no other lawyer can do so much justice. He
Hmm.
has been a fighter. He is a fighter because he is so smart with handling things. I feel no one else could have done it better. I remember those times when I was like very early times in when I was just getting the sense of how the world functions, and there
Yeah.
were this papers put up on the door where people would, like, just in general, when we lost our house, that was the shift where I knew that now we have to, of course, my immediate family was there to help us. It's not that
Yeah.
people just gave up, but my mama, like my mom's brother, he has been a great support throughout
Okay.
this difficult phase, throughout my education after that. In everything, he has been the greatest support and pillar throughout the things. And it was from that 12th standard when things started to get difficult to my me crossing in that 4 years, like I said, no, 18 to 22 is
Yeah.
when that most difficult time was. That is when he would support. My mom would do whatever things she could to support, and my dad would just trying to clear off and not put, because these things are very technical. When legal things come into place, a lot of
Yeah.
family and the guarantor who was a guarantor, everything, he was trying to keep everyone out of it. He took everything on himself. There was an option, he could have put it on others and
Yeah.
just ran, but he did not, and he chose to stand his ground. And after 22 years of age, I think around 2012 13 is when things got cleared. We
Okay.
moved into a new house. I started working. And then once the income started coming in, then it was better. But
Okay.
then everyone was cautious, like me and my brother. Those difficult 4 years have taught us so much that money is your invisible defense cover to a lot of things. How people look at you, how people talk to you, how people treat you, how you can fulfill your wishes, how it plays with your mental health or basic happiness at home, how money solves so many things. Like people say money is not important, I disagree. There are the people who have earned a lot of it. So those 4 years we have survived, and what mattered was the family being together in
Hmm.
those times. That is what really mattered, because I am running Papa Possum, and every day is a new challenge.
Yeah.
Morning there's a high, evening there's a low, and every day is a new firefighting, no matter what, how much growth we have month on month and year on year. But there's a saying कि रॉकेट को देखा है बहुत ऊपर जाता है क्योंकि उसके पीछे आग लगी है. So your speed of how fast you want to run
Yeah.
really depends on that fire
Yeah.
inside you of where you want to go.
That's true.
And no matter what, you would never want to go in that situation again. So now when I look at myself, I feel I have come way beyond it to be able to get there, even if whatever situations come. And now I'm in the fact कि यार एक बार किया ना, कभी वापस में आएगा तो कर लूंगी. मतलब this, I'm
Yeah.
not scared of it anymore
Right.
कि यार क्या
Right.
करूंगी, कैसे होगा. यार एक बार किया, वापस कभी, I mean, touch wood,
Ah.
but कर लूंगी, कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लूंगी.
No, that's the spirit. I think that's very well said. Moving to your professional life, you chose to be an entrepreneur, and obviously, courage and entrepreneurship goes hand in hand. I mean, you, as we just discussed, any particular instance of your entrepreneurship journey where you were down in shackles, or you did something courageous, something which strikes your mind, something which your employees did, or you as a team did, generate?
A lot of instances. The fact that when we started the whole concept, so it was started by me and my husband, Pratik. So we were not married then, but Aurum was Pratik's dog. And it was his idea, and let's start something in the pet care sector. And I was like, well done, let's do it. And I was back from my MBA in a very cushy job, earning, traveling, everything was perfect. But still, there was this kira, ki yaar, khud ka kuch karna hai. I don't want to die making money for someone else. I
Yeah.
want to try at least once. Maybe I fail, but I want to try. I don't want to live in that regret. So while I was having a very cushy job and everything very settled in my life then, and it was after a lot of hardship too, I still chose that let's crack this market. I remember when I was working, I would go to my office and in the evening hours, I would take the bag of my products, like Papa Possum products, and go to the pet shops in Mumbai. Show myself as I am the salesperson from this company
Okay.
and see how the, because I did not know how the margin structures in this industry work,
Yeah.
or I did not know what people demand. Initially, I would just say, "Kya rakho product? No,
Hmm.
bikega to paise dena." And then keeping a track what inventory was kept there, what came back, and everything. I feel that journey itself was a lot of courage, just because it was not that I was hustling to earn something. It is just, I had a decent income, but I still wanted to do something of my own. And when I enter the office, I am this like a professional person working at an MNC.
Yeah.
And when I go outside, I'm a salesperson with the bag of Papa Possum products. So, if you really feel that there is a purpose that you want to achieve and fulfill, there's just this drive that takes you. I mean,
Hmm.
you don't need any plan for it, or you don't need to have a well thought 10-step plan, step by step thought over, nothing. The gut takes you there. I still go with my gut feeling.
No, very well said. And that whole incident about you going out and trying to sell the products without having an idea in terms of how to structure the pricing of the product, I think that's
Yeah.
where it all starts. And probably that's what puts off a lot of people from even starting off. They're not able to configure themselves in that particular situation and being able to master that situation. And they don't realize that that's the last hurdle. Once you cross that, you'll be like, now I can do anything.
I always believe in what Mark Zuckerberg says, that fail fast so that you can learn fast.
Of course, that's true.
If
The
you're not failing, means you're not doing enough.
You're not working hard enough.
You're not
You're
working
not being
so
tested out.
hard.
Right? Your real persona is hidden somewhere because not getting a chance to be tested out.
Yeah, because you feel you're the best, you have put in everything into it. And even the product after the launch, Hidal, has
Yeah.
gone through so many iterations because we felt something is good, but not necessarily everyone feels that. And we have to listen to our customer. So we've
Yeah.
gone back, we have redone our packaging, improved the products and everything. And see, we are on rank 3 on Amazon on the entire
Wonderful.
category now. So there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go ahead where we still feel we are very early in the journey of the entire and I feel everything that I implement in Papa Possum, somewhere the learning comes from those 4 years, because I feel the drive, the way your brain starts to function in those dire situations, on how
Yeah.
to survive, how to make sure you are optimizing everything you have. I
Yeah.
think those learnings really train your brain, and it comes into your muscle memory where you know to navigate all the difficult times. You
Yeah.
don't lose your cool very often, you don't get frustrated very often. I mean, it is not that I don't get frustrated, I do. It
Yeah.
annoys me, but it's okay. I
Yeah.
find a way beyond it as well. It doesn't pull me down. And same goes for my brother. He has been so clear. He was a person who would never study, and he is a CA now because he realized that aisa nahi chalega.
Yeah. That's true. Courage also entails taking a lot of risk. And of course, you would have taken a lot of risk. Tell me one risk which did not come out well, something which you failed at. Might have been a bold move at that point of time.
I have not had that experience so far
Okay.
because I have always believed in this one motto that there is no plan B. So when you invest in plan A and you know that is only your shot, then you weigh all the pros and cons and like just go all out into it. And all the hurdles that keep coming your way, you keep solving it. So I feel we had the option, like when we started Papa Possum, we
Yeah.
had also initiated a brand in human body care,
Okay.
Mystic Wave. And that was the time of 2016-17 when, Minimalist, Mama, like a lot of brands were coming over. And we felt that the market was already saturated. And for us to go out, like both of us, me and Pratik, did not know how the funding system works and everything,
Yeah.
and raising funds in a market which is already so crowded. So we chose to take the pet market and not go in the human market. But that was not a risk per se, it was just a
Yeah.
choice that we consciously did. I have always kept doing small things like in my college. That streak of ki kuch karna hai, kuch solve karna hai. So we were in IITs, and IITs have this fests every year. They have the fest, and campus is huge. So there's a lot of crowd that comes from outside, the outside college students. because the campus is so big, they find it very difficult. And we, the local students, have cycles to go through the different venues of the event fest. The other kids who come from outside, they don't have it. I'm sorry, I'm not answering the risk
Oh,
question.
that's
Rather,
totally
I'm
okay.
answering the other one because I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's totally fine.
can't
Totally
remember
fine.
a instance that way. I was there for 2 years. The first year, I saw this situation where, people are struggling to walk from one venue to the other venue of certain events. And Kharagpur campus is, I don't know how many acres.
No, I've been there. I'd been there
Yeah,
for a
it's
talk in
it's
2019,
huge.
and I know that. Yeah.
Just to go from your hostel to your department, it takes easy 20 minutes walk. And in a day, if there are 10 venue changes, not possible.
Yeah.
So next year, me and my friend came up with this idea that we should rent out cycles to these people. So a lot of our friends go out of the campus during those fest times because it's holiday. So people
Yeah.
choose to go home. So we took those cycles. We took cycles from our cycle wala bhaiyas, and we had a pool of say 8 to 10 cycles with
Okay.
us that we were renting out on a per hour basis. We were taking deposits from the students and their iCards and whatever we could to safeguard that they don't run away with the cycles, because that was the so
Yes.
while doing the small things, I realized that I have to analyze what could be the biggest loss. People running away with the cycle, so that could be the biggest loss. So what is my cost? चल फ्रेंड को 2,000 ही देने पड़ेंगे ना, 5,000 देने पड़ेंगे साइकिल के.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that I'm earning that much. And Hital, I think in that one day of just renting out cycle, both me and my friend made around 15,000 each.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, with just 10 cycles.
Yeah, because the churn was high and we were charging around 100 and 120 for an hour.
But then, how did you work out the logistics of point A to point B? Now, you need to find someone to go from point B back to point A as
No,
well.
no. We have only, you take from here, you keep it here.
Okay, you have to give it back then.
Yeah, give it back there. We kept it very simple because we know we were just two of us doing it. We couldn't do a lot of. That's where the question you asked, that's where the second level of thought comes in. When you think twice before you execute one. So we just thought and executed.
Otherwise, you would have stopped there itself.
Yeah, because अरे ये कैसे करेंगे, फिर तो 4 लोग और चाहिए, फिर उनको भी हमको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे, फिर शेयर करना पड़ेगा. That's where I think
That's a beautiful story. Also about vulnerability, expressing your emotions, not holding them back. Any particular instance which you would like to share?
I think throughout life, I've never been a person who could express. I have always been a person who has to be shown as strong, because if I go weak, how will my family survive? Like, it's not that they won't support me, but it was probably an inbuilt self pressure that if I go weak, how will I support my family? I feel only until recently, and my husband, he has been the biggest support because he has seen me. So we've been dating for over 15 years now, 5 years marriage, and then so since the age of 18, he has known me, seen me go through these times. And I am very comfortable to share that it was only recently that I started taking some therapy. That is where I realized there was so much of things
Emotion being held
bottled
back.
inside, which
That's the
was
right word.
driving my decisions, which was influencing my thought process. And at a lot of instances, I felt I was deciding out of fear कि नहीं यार गिरना नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं करना है. But then I realized even if I take the fear out, my decision wouldn't change. And even in that early ages of learning, I learned it that no matter what, I will always be financially independent. I will support anyone in need or anyone in my family, everyone after I get married. My in law family needs help, I'll do that. But I personally will always be financially independent. It is not like a fight back, it is just
Yeah.
a realization that in difficult times, more than any support,
Yeah.
if you are independent and you can support, that is the biggest help anyone can do. Because when the times are good, everyone likes it. And all these things I have never been able to express or even realize. I would never cry in my difficult. I would feel that I'm coming across as a weak person if I cry.
Yeah. It's very interesting that you're saying that, because we have had multiple episodes in Courage Talks, and unfortunately all the guests have been men. And I used to cite this dialogue, "Mard ko dard nahi hota hai," and was what more related to the vulnerability of men not showing that. And here is "Nishta ko dar nahi hota hai" types. I mean, the fact that you are holding back your emotions for your own private reasons and bottling them up inside. Hats off to you, being an entrepreneur and still holding your emotions despite all that you go through at the back end. Goes to show a lot about the hard nut that you are.
Even today, people ask me, Nishita, give me that one instance when you really felt, you had a close death experiences.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ethel, I have so many.
No, but it's been a beautiful experience knowing the other side of you, to know the inside story of what goes on in an entrepreneur's mind. And it's always quite enchanting to hear so many things which might not have come up if the word of courage was not there. But a quick rapid fire, few questions. So, if you would like to name one employee in your organization whom you would like to describe as an example of courage, or any incident about that individual which you would like to share.
Do you have to name them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. I mean, totally
I mean,
okay.
yeah, like I have an employee. This is the girl. I'm not sure if I should name them because I
That's
need to
totally
ask
okay.
her.
Yeah.
She's this girl just out of her designing college, and I was interviewing for designer 2 years back. She was in Kolkata just after her college time, staying with her parents, and she applied on the LinkedIn post, and I interviewed her, and I'm like, "We are in Mumbai." She's like, "Yeah, ma'am, I'll relocate." I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah," and I was taken aback because we are a startup. We are no funded that time we were not even funded. We were bootstrapped,
Yeah.
and this girl has not asked so much about my details. Nothing asked. She is ready to relocate for a startup. And trust me, Hetal, I've seen her grow because she is open. She came in and joined as a designer,
Yeah.
but now she handles customers, she handles offline teams, she shadows me at a lot of places.
Wow.
She has that streak. It is not that her father is very well to do, but
Yeah.
she chose not to take a single penny. She survives here. She has taken her house, has pets at home, and lives by herself on her own terms.
Lovely. That's so
So
beautiful.
yeah, her story I always tell people.
Yeah.
When she said she would relocate for Papa Possum, it gave me motivation that oh wow, people trust me so much.
Yeah. No, I'm sure these stories really give you a lot of self confidence, that if others have so much confidence in you, imagine the amount of
Exactly.
confidence that you would have on yourself as well. Any book, movie, or web series which you would like to cite from example of courage?
I feel 0 to 1,
Oh,
not
okay.
really courage,
Yeah.
but a lot of entrepreneurial lessons. 0 to 1 really tells you. I remember I've gone through that book twice and I've made notes into each statement. Kisko ye, I've gone through that book so thoroughly. That book is really nice.
Wonderful. And
And of
finally,
course, the founder, McDonald's story.
great examples. And I'm glad you picked book, because book's my favorite topic, and I can just go on and on that. Okay, last question. What's the question you have for me?
I don't have a question, but I really have a compliment for you to think on these lines because a lot of people, now that people consider Papa Possum to be, at least we have crossed that 2 years of mark where people say that most companies cease to exist if they don't have a product market fit. तो वो क्रॉस करने के बाद a lot of people approach कि निशिता interview दे दो, बात कर लो, and everything is around Papa Possum. No one is so intrigued or so curious to know on the life or what makes an entrepreneur. So really great on that part, Hetal, to understand an entrepreneur on what makes them rather than thinking because the success is what everyone sees. But
Yeah.
before that, what it took to build that.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't call this a success yet, but
Right.
everyone sees the journey now, but what went into building this. And I would even encourage you to call people with startups which could not succeed.
I definitely want to cover the failures as well.
Yeah, because every founder has the same journey for the initial 2 years. No matter what industry, what startup you have, everyone puts in all of their income, savings, everything. But only if it makes sense, people cover them. But I feel that is where the real courage lies into when you went all in and you could not see the success and you
Right.
still go every day on day,
Yeah.
surviving, living happily. That is the real courage.
Definitely. No, thanks for the nice words. And of course, the backdrop is obviously my book, Against All Odds, which is about my dad. It's his biography.
Yes.
And when I was writing about him, I realized that a lot of people loved him, praised him, appreciated him, but nobody knew the amount of stuff that he had gone through, the kind of experiences that he had gone through. And despite that, they loved him. So I felt that if they know the background about that person, they would be able to understand much better where is that endurance coming from? Where is that strength coming from? It's obviously with the background and the experience as well. So it's always humbling. My relationship with every guest changes dramatically after the podcast, and same is true with you, Nishta, as well. The
Yeah.
stories you shared, the experiences that you've gone through, clearly you have the marks of being extremely successful in future, and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Let's hope.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It was a great discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Kendall, for having me again.
Thank you.